Yeah, I can check with the compliance attorney, but I don't think so.
So all these exclude retirees?
Because they're not active employees.
Okay.
Yeah, and technically, well, in most cases, you know, the retirees are usually, the only reason why they're extended benefits is because they were usually attached to a contract prior that said, we will give you benefits, but technically, other than that, the district has never had any obligation to extend benefits to retirees. They've just chosen to be a contract.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why that it doesn't apply.
Yeah, and you're one of the few districts that I work with that does have retiree coverage. Alright, coverage issues affecting the 2015 penalties. So this, what we were talking about, healthcare coverage must be offered to substantially all, so that means 95%, so there's your 5% margin of error. So try not to exclude anybody and then just use that as your error. Full-time employee is equal to 30 hours or more per week or 130 hours or more per month as of 1/1/2015. You should put in a look-back period, we'll talk about that a little bit. But that should be implemented prior to 1/1/2015. So really you need to be working on this now.
Okay, so the 30 and the 130, does it work like overtime where if you're over, it's 31 or you can be 60 one week and then, you know, 30 the next week?
Right, it's on average.
And will there be any penalties for 2014?
No, that's what was pushed out until the following year. So that's why no one's gonna challenge it.
We
Well, the
still
whole
have
law was
some time to implement it and start it in practice and start looking at employees to make sure that no one's gone over to this point. And if anyone has, we can correct them moving forward.
Yeah. So we don't have any actuarial minimum value issues. You know, one thing to keep in mind is the Affordable Care Act does not require you to offer coverage to spouses. You have to offer coverage to your employees and you offer coverage to their children. You don't have to cover spouses on your plan. Affordable coverage equals, this is what we just talked about, is single-only premium, 9.5% or less of household income, or the employer safe harbor, meaning what the employee is paying. What other districts are doing that might have an affordability issue with the 9.5%, that 9.5% is of the lowest cost plan. So if you offered an HMO plan that was cheaper than what your current program, if you offered a high deductible plan that was less expensive than what you currently offer and what you're charging for premium, you could base the 9.5% on that plan. So I do have other districts that would be implementing additional plans that would be less costly than the program that they're currently offering. Less costly total, less costly in premium for the employee.
So wouldn't we be at a disadvantage if we have a lower premium, people would do it instead of taking the exchange?
Well, your employees might not want to go to the exchange anyways because,
well not our employees, I'm talking about the people out there that we have to start tracking.
Oh, well, it depends on what their cost would be. Because you would have to charge them the same thing you charge your other employees.
Right.
So a substitute gets the same rate of contribution as a teacher.
But our lower rate is pretty good.
Yeah,
Very
right,
good.
right. So yes, they would want to come here instead of going to the exchange.
Which would be more money in the district.
Depending on what their claims are, yeah.
Now, can an employee refuse your insurance and say, I want to go to the exchange?
Yes.
Next, can a district give an incentive to an employee to go to the exchange?
If you do that, the government will find out and probably penalize you. They don't want you to push your employees off to the exchange.
Okay.
This is why they invoke this law, is they